get in touch.
Well, listen, we are delighted to be joined very shortly by a two-time world long drive champion. It all takes place this weekend on Friday the 9th of February at Jumeirah Golf Estates. Gets underway at 7 p.m. It's the second edition of the Long Drive World Champion event here in Dubai. Joe Miller was present last year. He's a two-time winner, as we mentioned. 3 wildcards are up for grabs. There's qualification spots for anyone who thinks they're brave enough or just are brave enough to take these boys on. I was down at Jumeirah Golf Estates a little bit earlier today, and the distance they hit the ball is absolutely silly. It's prodigious, in fact. But listen, before we speak to Joe, let's just put you in the picture as to exactly what this entails.
We are here under the lights in Dubai for a golfing showdown like you've never seen before. It's fast, it's flashy, it's frenetic, and it features the biggest hitters in the game.
This is no ordinary golf event. It's all about big hitters and long distances. Before the main event, a qualifying round is staged, which is open to anyone with an eye on the sizable prize fund at stake. The top 2 drivers will qualify as wildcards, joining the 8 players originally invited.
And I must say there's a 94,500 dirham prize pool up for grabs. Without further ado, let's bring a man who's twice a world champion in this discipline into the conversation. It is Joe Miller. We had him on the show last year, caught up with him this morning. Joe, a very good evening to you.
Guys, how are we doing?
Very well, Joe. Listen, we heard about the growth of this sport of long driving. I know we caught up a little bit earlier today at Jumeirah Golf Estates to chat about it as well. Is this potentially golf's answer to T20 in cricket, do you think?
Do you know what? Like we said earlier in the conversation, it is a very individual thing in terms of, you're always going to have your die-hard golf fans. They like the traditional golf, they like the traditional way, and they like the 4 days, and they follow it and follow their players. But like you said, for that, maybe the younger crowd or the crowd that are getting a little bit tired of the 4-day tournaments, I think it probably is the answer. It's the 2020 cricket. It's the, back in the UK, obviously we've got the darts now, which has really changed, and it's kind of the similar kind of feel where we got the music and the loud music going on and the quick fire sort of entertainment. So I think it is. It's going that way. When people see it, they love it, and I just hope it comes across well on Friday night.
Joe, it's great to chat to you. We do appreciate that. You're back in Dubai, obviously, for the first of this 10-event series. Fair to say, though, because we were also talking about some of the TV deals that have been made in the last 12 months as well. There's been some progress there on that front, hasn't there?
Yeah, of course there. I mean, like I say, we're Long Drive World Series is partnering up with Sky TV, so that's obviously a huge thing for us, and also Golfing World as well. So, you've got obviously back in the UK and covering Europe, Sky TV is going to do a great job. They're going to broadcast 10 events this year, which is huge for us because obviously, especially for me back in the UK, and covering Europe, the only chance that anyone's ever had to see Long Drive is on social media or YouTube or if they can stream it from abroad. But we've got 10 events on Sky. Golfing World obviously as well. That's a major partner for us. That's going to be covering they go worldwide completely, America, Asia, Europe, everything. So it's getting out there, and it is really it's giving the public a chance to actually see it and enjoy and sort of see a new side to golf.
Joe, give us your little sales pitch. Anyone out there on the roads this evening or at home listening in, why should they pop on down to Jumeirah Golf Estates on Friday, 7 p.m? I appreciate some of the world's longest hitting driver guys are in town, but what is it about this event that makes it so unique and makes it so great for being live, being there and taking in the atmosphere?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, this is featuring the top 12 guys, and obviously 4 other people to try and qualify. But these are the best in the world. It's the fastest, it's the fastest moving ball in sport. You are going to see drives that you have never seen before, and there really is nothing like, bearing in mind, hopefully the wind is favourable, and obviously, if we get downwind, Jesus, you're going to see something approaching the 500-yard mark out there in Jumeirah Estate. So if you want to see a ball travel further than you've ever seen it before, then, come down, have some drinks, have some food, and really get interactive with the guys. It's a close you're in close proximity to what is going on, and it's interactive. You can speak to the guys as well and just have a good time. So, get down there, be prepared for a party, and at the same time, there's going to be a little bit of long driving going on at the same time.
My ears are still ringing, Joe, from listening to, or from standing close to the shots that you and Tim were hitting this morning, and James as well. Frightening distances, unbelievable hang time. And I've got to say, these 3 wildcard spots that are up for grabs, you've been doing this circuit for a long time now. Has there ever been a case where some total random has qualified through some wildcard qualification system, pitched up and actually made a good account of themselves?
Yeah, you're talking to one of them. You have to believe it or not. I mean, if you go back, and actually you was talking to another one of them earlier today in terms of James. So in the case of me, back in 2010, although I sort of dabbled a little bit in it and entered 1 or 2 competitions, I was a rookie when I went into the World Championship. I wasn't even in the World Championship, so I was in a similar position to the guys who are going to qualify. We had what's called a last chance qualification, so 2 days before the event, the World Championship started, they had a chance for guys who hadn't had a chance to qualify to actually qualify. I was amongst one of them people, and I went through the last chance qualification and all the way through to the big title, and then actually ended up winning the thing. So this is for anyone out there who thinks it's impossible and you're never going to compete against these guys. I'm sort of living proof of that. And also, like I say, James Tate as well. James Tate last year was a complete rookie, never competed before, and actually went up against Tim Burke and actually ended up winning that round. So, you do start. There is guys out there that can find, that you can find, and who may have never heard a long drive before, maybe not have didn't want to go down the professional, the PGA Tour, European Tour. But I've always had this thing for hitting the ball a long way, and that's what we hope to find, really.
I've just found my sport, Joe. I may well see you down there on Friday evening. Last one from me. I've got to ask, when we look at the future, what does the future hold for the long drive events? Because, do we think that there is a scope for them to be partnered with your normal golfing events and adding a little bit more entertainment and razzmatazz to those events? And Robbie and I were just discussing this afternoon. Somewhere like the Waste Management that we saw over in Phoenix, getting huge crowds. Is that the future, do you feel?
I would love to see that. I really would. I mean, hopefully there's 2 ways that it will pan out. One is that it does become a standalone sport by itself. Obviously, you're always going to have a golfing element to it. I mean, that's part of it. But at the same time, there's no reason why it can't run alongside the European, Asian tours, PGA Tour, and like you say, bring something new to what they have already. Obviously, like I say, we're never going to. We're not looking to rival what the guys on tour are doing. What we're looking to do is build something alongside. But at the same time, it can be a standalone sport. Like we said, this is running, we've got this Dubai event, we've got South Africa, we've got some real stops this year that are really going to put it worldwide for the first time ever. But, saying that, last year, our last event was at the Portuguese Masters. So, we backed off, we ran alongside as soon as the guys had finished on the 18th green. We were straight on the back of that, and we was hitting balls from the 18th green back down the fairway. So, I think it can work both. I'd love to see it work both ways. I'd like to see some acceptance from the R&A, the PGA European Tour, whatever it will be. But at the same time, we're growing this to be a sport in itself and have its own sort of identity. So, that's what I'm hoping, and I'm just hoping it comes across well on TV for the guys to say, Joe, what, this is great, and let's see more of it. We want more.
Well, I think the future looks bright for long driving, Joe. Listen, best of luck for that future. Best of luck for this weekend. I got to tell you, next time I'm on a driving range, I'll probably put my back out thanks to you boys this morning, because I'll be trying to swing the golf club far too fast than I actually can. But we do hope you get a good crowd. I'm sure you will down there at Jumeirah Golf Estates. And best of luck. Bring the trophy home.
Lovely. I appreciate it. Appreciate your time, guys, and we'll see you down there Friday night.
Top man, that is Joe Miller, a double world champion, long drive world champion. And you say that about putting your back out, Robbie. Nothing to do with the fact that you're middle-aged, my friend.
Or just unfit.
Or unfit. One of the two. Stay tuned.
This is Sports Tonight.